So I called it last week and I was right. Jake was wrong. And Joe
Yeah.
Burrow was sent home with a loss once it mattered. And I knew it would happen. I knew it happened. I'm going to give Jake the floor first. Just some championship Sunday thoughts. I will share once it's my turn what the NFL is afraid to say about this Bengals Chief game, particularly the NFL media. So stay tuned for that. But Jake, what were your thoughts on Championship Sunday?
Yeah, so I went 0-2 in my picks on Championship Sunday. That's a low for me. Um,
What did I go then?
though,
Oh, one and
Bengals and
one.
Chiefs,
Yes, you lose. 1-1. There we go. Yeah, I got the Chiefs to win. But no, yeah. But don't talk about that other game. But
the Bengals and Chiefs were close all game. I think I know exactly what Evan's going to say on what the NFL media is scared to say about this game. You know, the refs wanted the Chiefs to win. They had a narrative for the Chiefs to win, and they were going to do everything in their power to make sure the Chiefs won. And now, I'm not complaining, but the NFL, if you watch the NFL, they do have a narrative about it. Isn't that right, Evan?
yeah, definitely. So obviously, I was right about the Burrow thing, and you're right. It was a great game. Let's talk Bengals Chiefs first. All right. It was a great game. It was another all-timer playoff game. The because what you're probably thinking is, oh man, that 3rd and 7 that changed the complex of the game. True, a little bit, but that's not what I'm referring to. It was strange. I haven't seen anything like that in a while, where the referee comes on and they blow it off, and then they get to redo that. I haven't seen anything like that. But
The
I'm talking
unnecessary
about
roughness call at the end. The
I'm
unnecessary
talking about
roughness call at the
I'm
end.
talking about the unnecessary. Jake knows me. I am talking about the unnecessary roughness call in the end. Go on any sports media show right now, any of them, NFL Network, ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, what are they all saying? Well, it's the call they had to make. They didn't say, man, that was a terrible hit. Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying that. They are saying it was the call they had to make to be consistent. One really specifically said it. I'll link that podcast if I find it below. It's like some random off-brand NFL podcast was talking about it. That's the point. It's their wording of it, because they know it wasn't a bad hit. It wasn't a bad hit. He pushed him. Mahomes flopped a little bit, and that was the end of the game, because 60-yarder Harrison Butker is not making that in Kansas City in 20 degrees. 45-yarder, he's a good kicker. He's going to hit it, and he did hit it. He hit it right down the middle to send the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. So I think, and again, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, the Bengals, they should redo the game. And I'm not that crazy. I'm not that type of crazy. But all I'm saying is that you think that was Cam Newton that they call that flag? No way. It's the Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady treatment. They love it. They love it. And NFL media loves it because none of them are calling it out. Even the kids on Twitter, they are part of NFL media now. Those blue check marks, they're defending this like, oh, well, that was the call they had to make. For what? That was a terrible call. He grazed him. He grazed him. And Mahomes fell. Watch the video. Just watch the video and tell me if I'm wrong. That's what I want to know. But anyways, great game on both sides. The Chiefs did play very well, and Joe Burrow did not make the plays he had to make, but um, just crazy. I think that was a terrible call, and most people don't.
Yeah, and I totally agree. That was a terrible call. And I don't think that was a late hit, but here you're talking about a difference between a 45-yard field goal and a 20-yard field goal to win the game. You know, you're talking about 25 yards difference at night in Kansas City. I mean,
15,
you
but
know,
still a 60-yarder, you're not going to make that in 20-degree weather. But I want to hear real quick, now that we got that out of the way, about your Burrow soapbox. So Burrow had every chance to put this game away. Why didn't he, Jake?
yeah, he did, and you know, he played a good game. He just didn't play well enough to get the win, and that's all I have to say about that. But he will be back. He will be back in that same spot next year.
Oh, 100%. And again, my Burrow hate, this is nothing against it. He's a very talented quarterback. He's a very great guy too. He's an awesome guy. I like Joe Burrow. But it wasn't just his play. He made terrible decisions. He on 3rd down, he chucks it deep and did double coverage multiple times. He made decisions to lose this game. So no, it was a decision-making thing too with Joe Burrow. Um, And that's just what I got to say to that. So let's talk a little bit about this 49ers game, the other game, the snooze fest before this. Any initial thoughts on that one?
It won. The game would have been a lot closer if Brock Purdy never got hurt. That's just
It's
what I
obvious.
gotta say.
Yeah, we don't want to talk much about this game because it's so obvious. Like the 49ers defense was holding their own for so long, but if you can't even throw a pass, which is weird. I wish they would have put McCaffrey in quarterback. But it's so
Well,
obvious
McCaffrey did
that
throw a pass.
yeah,
McCaffrey
way
did
too
throw a
late.
pass.
But they didn't
Yeah,
utilize him. They should have used utilized the Wildcat. They had Brock Purdy back there. Like I would have been a better quarterback than Brock Purdy at that point. Nothing against Brock Purdy, but they didn't want to throw the ball, and I don't blame him. That was weird by Kyle Shanahan. I give him that. But I really think, oh, of course, that because that 49ers defense is lethal, and they were holding their own against the Eagles for a long time. That game would have been a lot closer. And the Eagles have had the easiest cakewalk to the Super Bowl, with maybe the exception of the Patriots in 2017 when they had to go through Marcus Mariota and Blake Bortles to get to the Super Bowl. This has been one of the easiest cakewalks to the Super Bowl I have ever seen. So we'll see. We'll see how the Eagles are a good team, but we'll see how they actually perform versus real competition. You know?
yeah, yeah.